It's very important to me that I tell you about my ancestry because on one half of the family we don't know about the ancestry. Perhaps they were gypsies or something. On the other half we know. We know that Davies was involved. The Davies, beloved of God, the son of David. Like, I really believe that I am somehow related to David, the king of Israel. Because of Davies, it's in my family tree. It's not a joke. I mean, it's not. I know from the Eastern European side. I mean, nobody knew their family tree, but it's like we kept careful records on the Protestant side of everything. We kept very careful records, and Davies, most recently, my grandfather, who was quite a brilliant sort of engineer. His name was Richard Davies Webner. I know I'm a Davies. I'm a dark person. Like a Davies would be a dark person. A person with dark hair, dark eyebrows, perhaps dark eyes, And maybe not dark skin, but that's how the Davies are. I mean, that's just, it's like that's your family tree. That's what it is. It's like you're a dark person. You're dark. You're dark. Not dark like in terms of being gloomy. For the most part, I try to be happy because, after all, what point is there in depressing people? I watch crime shows and sometimes I think, wow, it's so terrible that somebody killed somebody or somebody's pet or something like that. It's like, I'm not responsible for it. I'm a person who loves God, and I worship and I celebrate God every day. I celebrate Jesus. I mean, every day when I wake up, I think about Jesus, and it's like, what does Jesus want me to do? It's not your responsibility. It's like it's kind of my responsibility. Can you possibly help me shoulder the burden? Because I don't know why crazy stuff is happening in the world. Watching all these crime shows, I used to read fiction, like Jane Eyre, Charlotte Bronte. Jane Eyre is probably still my favorite novel, and then what comes in second is Gone with the Wind. I know it's politically incorrect, but well, she was a very good author, though. Margaret Mitchell, wasn't she? I think she died in poverty. So, yeah, I know there was some racism there. I know, and racism in Jane Eyre as well. You don't think I don't pick up on that? I feel bad about it, but that doesn't mean that they were not very good authoresses. I think they were very good. Charles Dickens was okay, but he was a bit too, he's a bit too glib. He didn't really get deep, did he? I mean, he did, but I thought that Charlotte Bronte and Margaret Mitchell were very good at diving or delving more deeply into the human emotions. Like I have said recently, I have not read books for a number of years because I'm just tired of reading books. I want to know what really happens in life because I've seen everything collapse around me. It's almost like a Chernobyl in my life. It's like everything. I gave birth to a child that really eventually hated me for no apparent reason. Well, it's because you were a bad parent. Well, it's only because maybe I didn't have the perfect upbringing. I had like 57 different babysitters. Yeah, sometimes I remember when the babysitter slapped my brother. He couldn't even crawl out of his chair. He wouldn't eat his food, and she slapped him in the face. I said, "He's just a baby. Why are you slapping him?" And she kind of laughed it off. It's like, well, then her son Trent actually died from rat poisoning. I'm just wondering if she spiked his food with rat poison. I mean, it's possible, you just, when you watch all these, I don't know. I'm not saying that it's true or it isn't true. You wonder, he was unmanageable, so I'm just going to put rat poison in your food and you're going to die. Well, he crawled into the garage. He accidentally got into the rat poison. It's just, no. No, I don't think so. I think I'm very, I'm not sure about that. Okay. But that was one of my babysitters. She said, well, accidentally I sat on you and I almost suffocated you when you were under the beanbag. It's like, was she trying to kill me? She said, oh, it was so funny, you survived. But that's what you get with people you don't know. It's like stranger care, I love my kids. I would definitely entrust them to my closer relatives, but not so much to strangers. And the same thing goes for the elders in my life. There are many predators out there. I hate watching these crime shows, but it makes you more astute and aware of what's actually happening in society. Society is not what it seems. Well, what about that crazy guy who was mad that he didn't get the right chicken wings and he destroys everything? you son of a motherless goat, you need to go to jail for 55 effing years, because it's that's not right. You're not the right kind of a person that should be in society, because we have a social contract. I know a lot of people don't understand what a social contract is. I think they deliberately dumb people down when they go to school. It's we gotta hire the dumbest teachers. The social contract basically says that we will respect one another and we will not infringe upon one another's territories and or rights. We shall not do that. That's the social contract. That's the basic. It's okay, if you're having a bad day, it's fine. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, but if I see you being the fucking crap out of your wife, I am going to call the police, but some people don't. Oh, God. Crime encountered me when I was very young. When I was much too young. And crime has been a part of my life. It's like murder and crime and larceny and all kinds of bad stuff. And I'm not the one perpetrating this crap. I mean, if you love God, you wouldn't beat a little child in the abdomen until he died. And then the relative showed up and said, well, he's innocent, free him. It's not, no, he's not fucking innocent. I would love to just rip off his balls while he's still alive. I would love to just laser him, taser him, and torture him for 55 days. You cannot kill a little child. I am so angry about that. That person will never be properly punished. I feel so terrible. That was a relative of mine, actually, a little boy. He was punched in the stomach as a 3-year-old by his uncle. And the relative showed up to court. Well, he's innocent. He's innocent. No, he wasn't fucking innocent. He can go fuck himself to hell. I hope he dies of colon cancer. I'm putting the gypsy curse on him right now because I don't think justice has been served. So I put the gypsy curse on anybody who has gotten off too easily in America's justice system. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you.